Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to our One Heart, One Earth Global Healing Celebration for March 2021. And welcome to our new YouTube channel members. Hi, Deb and Claire. It's really great to see you guys, and just welcome in. We are live with one of my favorite guests and co-hosts, Christine Shahin. Welcome back, Christine.
Thank you, Lisa. What a wonderful event. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and I have to say, I know that some of your participants have been saying that they started out in March. It was a year ago, but for me, it's been since June. So it's just a mind blow to see how much you've been able to achieve within the short period of time that I've been involved and been able to participate with you. It's just great. You're doing such great things.
Oh, thank you. Well, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. We've only known each other that short a time, isn't it? Because I feel like I've known you just forever.
Right? Yeah.
So tell everybody a little bit about what you do, because we have our show Ancient Future and it's really great, but we don't always talk about like what all the things are that you do.
Yeah. So, what I am known for as, a mother goddess, is that I color hair with herbs. And I think that it's a great option for people that can't necessarily go to a traditional salon because they're maybe chemically sensitive or they have allergies. Or some people, I had a girlfriend who was very ill. She had cancer, and she didn't want to stop coloring her hair. So, or sometimes I would have clients that were pregnant, and their doctor would say, if you're using any colorants on your hair, you should stop. And then they'd ask them about, using the herbs, and they would give them permission. So I think that, it's an interesting place that I find myself in, Lisa, because I never really thought I was going to color my hair. I was planning on going gray, embracing my crone, and then I was working in a premier natural health center, and I was approached by my employer to start using some of the products she had on her shelf. I was in charge of the health and beauty department. And I knew that those products weren't necessarily all natural, but, in stores, they usually have hybrid products. Hybrid cars can be good, but hybrid products maybe not so much. So I decided, and I told her, I said, well, I won't be using those, but I will start exploring your herbal hair coloring line. And that's what opened the door for me. I started playing around with it. I started really enjoying the pieces of it just taking me closer to my herbs, because as other of 6, I raised all of my children on alternative therapies. And so this just took me to a different level. And then the unexpected thing was how it took me deeper into my own culture because, you know, being in diaspora, you lose some of your traditions, and here it was coming back to me, you know. So it was a really wonderful experience. And so I started to do it professionally. I left that place. I started to do it professionally in my own salon, and it really gave people an option, you know. And I think the interesting thing is when people say, "Well, what do you do?" and I say, "Well, I have a book on coloring hair with herbs." Oftentimes I hear, "Well, you know, people should all just embrace their gray," and I agree. That was my intent. But at the same time, who am I to decide what other people should do? And if there's an option that's unavailable because mainstream beauty doesn't include it, then there's a demographic that's just not being served. And I have to say, people that would say to me, "No, I haven't been in a salon for 30 years," gave them a place of nurturance and being held. And sometimes we use the herbs to color, and sometimes we use the herbs to condition without coloring. And so it was a pleasant surprise experience for myself as well, you know. So that's what I do. And of course, I'm also a little rabble rouser. I started a Think Local, Shop Local, uh, I want to call it a venture in the community I lived in prior to this one. It was very successful. So I have my fingers and hands in a lot of organizing and getting people together. So the current situation where being unable to gather has been a little, it's been a blessing and it's been a little bit of a challenge, right? The blessing is everybody needs to have a little bit of downtime. The blessing is that our awareness is that we need to be a little bit more careful. And the challenge is we love each other and we just want to hug, you know? So there are those things. But I've transitioned away from my salon and I do what I do online now. So am offering some gifts, some for in celebration of OHO 2021. I have 2 codes that I'm going to share with you. If you go to my
Here,
website,
wait,
Christine.
hold on, because I'm going to put it up on the screen.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I have the first code is for 3 people only. So for 3 people only, it's called OHO 3, the number 3. You go to my website, ChristineShahin.com, and 3 people get to have a copy of my book complimentary and a complimentary full package mentoring on how to use the herbs. Then the second code is OHO 15, which gives anybody purchasing through the website anything, whether it's the mentoring package or the products or the book, 15% off. And it's through the month of April.
OHO 15?
Yep.
These are good. These are good.
Yay. And so we want to celebrate One Heart, One Earth. It's meant a lot to me because I have been in that space of one planet, one people, one love for so long. And then I meet you and you say, "I'm doing a summit and it's called One Heart, One Earth." And I'm like, sign me up, you know? And so thank you so much, Lisa. It's so great. All the things that you do for, you know, not just the spiritual entrepreneurs, but for the planet, for the people. And that's really one of the reasons how I got into herbology anyway. I'm a folk herbalist, I'm not a herbalist, but like I said, I brought my children up using herbal therapies, and now I really like to create beauty with herbal hair coloring. Um, And a lot of that stems just from my roots of environmental activism. That came from my community being cited for a regional landfill and incinerator. And so those things kind of collided in my life. I've just been on that mission for a very long time. And so happy and so honored to be part of OHO.
Oh, I'm so honored to have you as part of it. And as a gal who is sensitive to chemicals and who has had gray hair since I was 18, I mean, I've really had gray hair a long time. And a lot of that has to do with my health. You know, when you have any kind of health challenges, especially co-infections like Lyme's disease or Epstein-Barr, any of those things, you produce excess peroxide around the blood-brain barrier, which is what creates gray hair. And so
Wow.
some of us have it more than others. Now, the good news is they're finding out that you can actually reverse it, which is even more amazing. So we'll see if I can figure that out in this lifetime. But until they can, I have absolutely come to love the herbs on my hair. I'm so grateful for everybody out there. I mean, Christine helps you through it. You don't have to do it alone, but it is like this witchy, magical, it's like I'm painting my head and it's so fun and it's on my to-do list. I've got some time off coming up and it's on my to-do list to have some fun, as we've talked about, with some of the color and do some fun things. And so if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it because it's just amazing. I mean, it really is. It's so fun and so amazing. But the other thing is you're just such a goddess. And we're doing our new show, Ancient Future, which is just a blast, and talking about the goddess. And, you know, I just feel like it's again, this whole day has been like soul sisters. And of course, our soul brother, Satyam, was on today, and Cairo the other day. But like, it's like this soul sister group. It's like we're all coming together and sharing with each other, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. And Ajata Casa is wonderful. So I also have a group on Ajata Casa. You know, I could do a little bit more about the beauty there, but I feel like I don't want to be a broken record either. You know, I want to spice it up and share other things. So sometimes I'm posting on water issues, and of course, to me, it's all the same because when what we use on our hair, and of course, what we consume in our body, right? Whether they're synthetic hormones or that everything consume, whether it's orally or topically, comes out of our body, right? And that means that that gets into the water table. And what we're finding, and it's not a recent find. I mean, I've been saying this for so long, I don't even want to tell you how long. But what we're finding is that what happens in the water system is that these chemicals that we all are consuming mix in the water, creating new chemical combinations that were never intended to be combined, you know? And so, and it's harder to clean water once those things are in it than it is to just not put it in it. So the act of, you know, making an herbal mud and putting it in your hair is, to me, far more just a beauty. You know, it's a beauty for yourself, for your soul, but it's also the earth. Bless you.
Excuse me. Sorry. My throat.
Yeah.
Too much
But
talking.
you've been on and on and on and on. Yeah.
Too much talking.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I love you so much, Christine. And we're going to be back with Vishali in just a minute, which is so exciting. But again, it's ChristineShahin.com. And you can find her in Ajata Casa. You can find her on Instagram, and you can find her on YouTube. Thank you so much, Christine. I love you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. I'll be right back. Just a minute. Hang tight.